Hey guys, Rick back with a short little update and some Christmas presents. Not many. This is going to be a real short video, but I want to show you just one thing I got for Christmas, and then short little update on the layout. Not much was done due to the holidays, and then I got some information for you. So real quickly, we'll do the layout update. So at the last I left you off, I had the inclines all pinned down and set. My friend John came over just over the holiday, actually yesterday, and we were able to exchange gifts, have a good Christmas laugh, and then we came down, did some work on the layout. What we did is, I'll flip you around here. What we did is we pulled all the pins out of all the inclines, and we glued them down. We just hot glued them. We were able to actually test the piece, and we hot glued it down to the surface of the layout and then pulled it right off, and it seemed to come out real quick. So there wouldn't be a problem with that if we ever needed to remove this. But as you can see, we also put some plaster cloth down on top of this all the way around. We filled in the gully here. This will all get some grass or some rocks or something. Did a makeshift tunnel right here just to give some illustration as to what's going to happen. Yeah, all this is ready for some cork roadbed and then some track. We still have to figure out the bridge that's going to come across here. That'll be the next step, but I at least want to see my trains get from Switch Junction up and around that loop. So we'll see how that goes, hopefully in the next couple weeks. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that's changed on the layout so far, so that is the only update there. I want to show you one thing that I got for Christmas, and then I got some information about it. My Mrs. Claus, my wife, was nice enough to get me the NCE RB02, which is the wireless adapter or interface for my NCE system. I've tested it out on my little power cab, and it worked great. I have not yet plugged it into my big powerhouse system yet, but I'm going to do that shortly. I don't think there's going to be an issue. But I wanted to give you some information that I found out before I got this. So last 2 years ago, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I got my system online through an auction site. Not sure who the previous owner was, but apparently he must have had it for a number of years, because when I got it, even though I plugged it in and everything ran well, I had noticed that some of the commands that I was seeing and the menu items that I was seeing on my controller were not matching what everyone else was that I was seeing that had NCE systems that were posting videos online on YouTube. So I called up NCE and said, hey, you know, why is my menus different? And the gentleman over at NCE, I believe his name's Mike, clued me in and said, well, the unit that I have has an older chip in it with a different version, an original version of the operating system from the NCE powerhouse. I was actually still on version 1.0. So he was kind enough to send me the ROM chip that I could just plug into. I had to take my command station apart and plug that ROM chip in. And if you notice, let me just flip you around here, show you my controller. If you notice, when I turn my layout on, it tells you right there, now I'm at version 1.3. So my entire system runs on version 1.3, which is awesome, because now it's an updated system and all of my menus now match what's online. The problem that I ran into, though, is when I got my system, I also got with it the original RB01. Now the RB01 is their version 1.0 also. I'm going to give you a lot of version numbers because each component has a different version So just keep in mind that one may not match the other. So their RB01 was version 1.0, and unfortunately that was not compatible with the newer version of the Powerhouse 1.3. So what I was noticing was, as I was using the wireless cab, it was slow to react when I was giving it commands, and it was slow to send those commands to my locomotive. I thought, honestly, to tell you the truth, and I'm sure you guys have noticed right here in my basement where my layout is all my computer stuff, which includes my wireless router and all my other devices. I thought it was maybe just wireless interference. So I didn't pay any mind to it for, I don't know, maybe a year or so. And then finally I went on somewhere. I had caught a glimpse of, I think it was either a chat message or something, and someone had mentioned that they had the same problem and they needed to upgrade. So I went back to NCE and I called up there and got a hold of Mike. And Mike basically responded back through an email and said, yeah, the RB01 is not compatible with the version 1.3 Powerhouse, and what I needed to do was two things. Not only do I need to purchase and install the RB02, which is now supported by NCE, should I have any problems, it's covered under warranty and support, but also my old wireless power cab needed to be sent into NCE for them to upgrade the wireless firmware within the power cab. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a Pro Cab, not a power cab. So if I kick this on, let me flip you around here. When I turn this guy on, you might notice that it says version 1.5. I believe this was version 1.1. I may be mistaken there, but don't take my word for it. It was an older version, so it's lower than 1.5. But either way, I boxed up my cab and I sent it up to NCE. They're right in Webster, New York, which is right up there by the Great Lakes. And those guys, for $25, they cracked it open, changed out the chip in there with the software version, and they put in the latest version, which is now compatible with the new RB02. The RB02 is now compatible with my Powerhouse unit, and like I said, I haven't plugged it into my Powerhouse unit yet, but I will shortly. But I do know it does work with my Pro Cab system, which is up under my Christmas tree. So yeah, there's a little information for you, a little update, and a Christmas present. Christmas was good. All the other gifts that I got were not train related, so I'm not going to bother you with all that. But Christmas was good. I hope it was awesome for you guys. Again, any questions or comments, any other information you guys need, hit me up in the chat below. And hopefully some more updates, as soon as these holidays get through, I'll have some more time to crash down here and get some more track laid and hopefully some more trains run. So until then, I'll see you again, and take it easy, guys. Thanks.